tell you why. The one you need to see. So come here to my corner, pop a corner in my heart. They will rightly told you to ask for me. This year's been so crazy that when people talk about me, I always feel like they're talking about somebody else. I was like, oh, no, that was me. I did that stuff. It's been a nutsy year. But yeah, I'm super excited to be here. You're my fourth gig of the weekend, and by far the one I've been most looking forward to, because it's like chill and I can just play what I want to play, and so it's good. I figure we'll start off with a love song. If you go down to the bar looking for a love song, to tell you why, the one you need to see. So come here to my corner, pop a corner in my heart. They will rightly told you to ask for me. 'Cause you've been working hard all day. Let me ease your mind. Honey, I'm singing till 3. When they say last call, you don't have to go home. Think I've got a song left in me. So if you want me, don't you dare let me go. To make it harder than it has to be. 'Cause I am yours for the asking. I am yours for the asking. I am yours. So come on and ask for me. Oh yeah, yeah. 'Cause I've been broken down and I've been tired, but you set me back on fire. Now that you and I could find the melody, 'cause I've lost all that I've loved, and if there is a God above, maybe I can't, but you could ask for to make it harder than it has to be. 'Cause I am yours for the asking, yours for the asking. I am yours. So come on, come on. Thank you. So it's been a week. I can't say it's been a good week for most people. I think the world is weighing particularly heavy at the moment. I didn't always used to play solo very often. I play with a band called Amy with a very flaming guitar player who does amazing things, and he's a little bit metal, I'm a little bit folk rock, kind of thing. And in the beginning, I didn't play a lot of shows on my own. And one of the first people who ever encouraged me to play shows on my own, believed in me, booked me for shows on my own, was a local musician by the name of David Glazer, who, if you were fortunate enough to know him, was an incredible sideman and a wonderful singer-songwriter in his own right. He was the replacement who helped out when Lowen and Navarro needed someone to play on Lowen's behalf. I was fortunate enough to know him in this area, and really, he's played here also. He passed away this week, quite unexpectedly, and he wrote many, many songs most musicians would be hard-pressed to play. The man was just God on guitar. Thankfully, my favorite song of his is a little easier under my hands, so if it's okay with you, I'd like to do one of David's songs. This one is also appropriate for the timing. The song's called Daddy Was a Ladies' Man. And Father's Day is coming up. I think it's interesting because I see myself, I always have a lot in this song, which is part of the reason why I've always liked it. Where you sort of analyze what you've gotten from your parents. And David always sang this one with a bit of a wink. Daddy was a ladies' man, and women loved his thick brown hair. They loved the fancy suits he'd wear, his handkerchief and his boutonniere. He'd cut a rag and tip the band. Daddy was a ladies' man. Daddy liked to drink a bit, but he kicked that monkey off his back. There was never liquor in our house. We all thought he was so devout, but he was trying to keep from losing it, 'cause Daddy liked to drink a bit. Daddy always worked a lot, every day from 6 to 6. On the weekends he'd pick up a shift, a watchman on the loading dock. He wore a gun he never shot. Daddy always worked a lot. Daddy loved the Orioles, the summer boys from Baltimore. He'd keep the score on every play. His pastime and his great escape. Yeah, win or lose, we'd always go, 'cause Daddy loved the Orioles. Yes, I am my father's son. I love my work and I drink a bit. My athlete brother pitched and hit, and my sister's tall and beautiful, and I love the squeeze and the hit and run. Yes, I am my father's son. Daddy was a ladies' man. Daddy liked to drink a bit. Daddy always worked a lot. Daddy loved the Orioles. Yes, I am my father's son. And Daddy was a ladies' man. Thank you. So if you did not know David Glazer before now, he was an incredible singer, incredible songwriter. I'm trying not to get all messed up. So let me look at my set list here for a second. We'll get all the depressing out of the way in the middle, and then we'll at the end. I'm leading you on a journey. The only thing by playing solo is my guy is not next to me to tell you jokes while I tune into open D, So this is a newish song of mine. I'm now in a happy relationship, so I find that all of my songwriting comes from things that piss me off on Facebook. Really, it's a wealth, a fount of information for that kind of stuff. They say you're never supposed to read the comments, but I have actually gained some very interesting perspective on society while reading the comments. There was a meme that went across a while ago. It was a picture of a wall in the city of Aleppo that had been spray painted, and the translation underneath of it was, to the girl who shared the siege with me, I love you. Kind of this missed connections thing. I read the comments, and native speakers of the language were like, no, that's not right. That's kind of sort of maybe what it means, but if you actually grew up in the language, that's not what that means. It's more like girl, lady, the city. The city of New York, you think of as the lady. It's to the city that shared the siege with me, I love you. And so it really, as either one, is just this intense thing. And I was really drawn into that idea of the story, either way, of the city that you love, the love letter to the city around you, or to the person that you met at the moment all of it was coming to pieces. If you roll a teeny bit of that bass off, I've just got a lot of it up here. The city's coming down around us now. Found the shell of that bakery. I used to love the pastry as a child. Now everything is empty. All these beloved places now so sharp. Every turn as jagged as a war. When it started, we did not believe. Now we have forgotten life before. She sheltered here as I, nervous glances turned to trust in time. Though we would have never been so bold, between the bombs she slipped her hand in mine. If we are to die here, what could be the harm? Huddled crying in a stranger's arms. If they care nothing for the dead, what care we for the shame? I couldn't even hear her name. Is it closer or is it far? I used to count the spaces in the thunderstorm, the 9 gates of the ancient citadel. Now we find there's nowhere left to run. The ashes looks like snow on her hair, the final snow that I will never see. Didn't travel far or make my name, never found a calling or a family. If we are to die here, what could be the harm? Huddled crying in a stranger's arms. If they care nothing for the dead, what care we for the shame? I couldn't even hear her name. To the girl who shared the siege with me, I love you. Lovely as the land where I was born. I wonder if we will see the morning. Is it closer now or is it far? Is it closer now or is it far? Thank you. All right, let's chipper it up here. How many people came to the thing, job, relationship, whatever it was, that you loved like best later in life than you would have liked? You always want more time with the thing you like, you know? It's like, be it a person, a job, any of that kind of stuff. I think all of us in some ways come too late to the things we love most because we only realize how deeply we love them probably later on once we've learned to appreciate how awesome they are. This is a very, very recent song into standard for the guitar nerds in the room. So I got myself all in a funk about things. I'm 37 years old. I have to think about that. I've reached the age where I don't remember anymore. I look forward to many more years of not remembering anymore. And in some ways, you know, I look at the people coming up behind me who are much younger, who got started in these passionate things in their life, and were able to take lessons and do all these things that I couldn't do because I realized it late. You know, I had a whole job and a whole other thing long before I did this. And so it was this sense of deep sadness that I was not going to get to spend as much time, you know, doing music in my life as I might have. But we spend as much time as we can. We spend everything we have. And so this is a song about that. It's the last time I have to tune, so it's okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm like too distracted to even tell you like a bad joke, you know. You're welcome. All right. This is a tune, I just took a video of this recently down at the Southeast Regional Folk Alliance, so if you like this song, it doesn't exist on a CD yet, but it's very, very, very easy to find on YouTube and all that good stuff. This is called If We Come Too Late. Do the ribbons in my hair look far too girlish for the gray? Do we put our hearts away? Who says it's time? I'd rather not look foolish. Maybe I'm too old to do this. But we don't get to choose our pride, and yours might not be mine. If we come too late to all we love, by the only road there was, do we not get to dance for as long as we can, if not for as long as we want, if not for as long as we want. Couldn't wander any faster, had to weather every mile. Couldn't gather all the treasure in a day. Wisdom in my eye, but all they see is the time. Gaining like an enemy, I try not to agree. If we come too late to all we love, by the only road there was, do we not get to dance for as long as we can, if not for as long as we want, if not for as long as we want. The lines on my face, like the lines on the page, you cannot trade the heartbreak for the song it brings. So I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna sing, 'cause we will come too late to all we by the only road there was. It is there we will dance for as long as we can, if not as we want, not for as long as we want, not for as long as we want. Thank you. All right, I'm going to do one more song for you. It is the chipperest, most ridiculous thing I have. Maybe. I didn't always write happy songs. If you're going to write happy songs, they must be truly ridiculous. This is relevant in an interesting way, full circle, to the song of David's that I chose to play. Part of what drew me to that song of his was he wrote it for a songwriting contest, a very specific prompt where it's by invitation only, and this guy has to have seen you play, and then he does this yearly like Thunderdome cage match where he invites these amazing songwriters to come in and duke it out on the subject of his choosing. With 5 words you have to get into the song, and every single year, no matter what the topic is, it's extra points if you can somehow get the word monkey into it. It's awesome. And I knew I had arrived when I was finally invited to do this thing, but one of the first ways I ever became aware of it was because of David's song, Daddy Was a Ladies' Man, because of the line, he kicked that monkey off his back about the drinking. And so I was fascinated at the idea that you could take that prompt and something as ridiculous as the word monkey and get it into a song in a meaningful way. So this was this most recent year's entry. I've been duking it out with Brad Yoder and Victoria Vox and Michael Roth and like all of these, Karen Oliver, I mean, these just killer songwriters. And I love it. It's just the best competition ever. Except this year it was about babies, and all of us who speak to each other, we were like, oh, I don't want to write this. I don't like babies. You know, what do I want to say about babies? And so the funny thing was, the number 1, number 2, and number 3 winners all took the same approach because we didn't want to write about babies. We wrote about birth control. Or how babies were gross. You know, I mean, it was hysterical because it really was a theme, you know, they didn't realize. In my case, it came from a true story someone once told me about their grandparents and the fact that the grandfather slept on the couch. And they always assumed growing up, the grandfather must have been a louse and like messed around on her. And she was like, your butt's on the couch for the rest of our marriage, but we're not getting divorced because we're Catholic. It was actually that they loved each other desperately. They couldn't keep their hands off each other. And after 10 years, she was sick of being pregnant all the time. And so she said, you can't sleep in the bed with me, you're sleeping on the couch. And so the idea that you would make this assumption that it was the bad marriage that had gotten him couched, it was the good marriage that had gotten him couched, and you know, couldn't have the birth control, so they had to sleep separately. And so this is my telling of the tale with a little bit of a modern twist. So I did get monkey into the song as well. This is called Only Baby Now. Honey, I love you, ain't no denying. We stood up in the church, everyone was crying. Over the threshold, I just went a-flying. Couldn't wait a minute, finally had to try it. First comes love and then comes marriage. Then comes a baby in the baby carriage. Love, love, carriage, carriage. If we keep it up at this rate, don't know how we gonna manage. Well, the Bible, I read it. I know the Lord said it. Be fruitful and multiply, or you might regret it. Fun to make an army or a baseball team. In the family band, the toddler can hold the tambourine. First comes love and then comes marriage. Do they make a tandem like a baby carriage? Love, love, another carriage. Gotta fake a headache just to sleep upon the mattress. Well, the twinkle in your eye can go sleep outside. Love you so much, it's hard to say no. But a decade of loving and buns in the oven and diapers and dustbins till they overflow. First comes love and then comes marriage. Getting frustrated with the rhythm method. Love, love, you know I've had it and 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 had it. We all have needs to feed and to plan for. You're the only one I'd ever want. I'm calling Dada, but let's break tradition. All this monkey business, or you can permanently hide your banana. First comes love, and then comes marriage, then a little visit to the doctor's office. But love, love, once you're out of the bandage, nothing wrong with getting just a little savage. Nothing quite so sexy as some family planning. No one in the house, kids are at my parents' baby. You're my only baby now. Thank you guys so much.
Another hand for Heather Aubrey Lloyd.
Tell you the one you need to see. So come here to my corner, pop a corner in my heart. There will rightly talk.